And whether it was Blue Peter, Pet Rescue, or even Top of the Pops, our next guests fronted some of the biggest TV shows in the 90s and the noughties.
But now sisters Anthea and Wendy Turner have gone from TV presenters to best-selling authors, and they're joining us this morning as they prepare to publish their latest children's book. And it is just gorgeous.
Oh, glad you like it.
It's just, and it's actually perfect for those readers that are a little bit more advanced, but they still want a few pictures as well.
Yeah, we do say it's kind of suitable. That's a question. Who's it suitable for? And we say it's suitable for age 6 to 106 because you'll get something out of it as an adult. There are bits in there that will make you smile.
It's like going to see a panto.
Yeah,
Yeah, a little bit of everyone.
And it really is like those moments between Charles and Camilla. I had a little chuckle to myself, you know, where there's
good.
like he's got the pillowcase and then the tablecloth as they're playing at Wimbledon. It's got just those little winks, hasn't it, to the parents that are reading too.
Well, we sort of have put Charles and Camilla in it, and they're the people that we hope behind closed doors they actually are. Yeah. And we think we've got it right.
We really believe now that's exactly what they're like.
Just a little bit eccentric.
So the books follow a group of mice, don't they?
Yes. So
tell us a little bit about sort of the premise.
Underneath the Underground is about the lives of the mice that live on the London Underground. They live a parallel world to ours. So if you went to Westminster, you'd find all the political mice. If you went to Hounslow, you'd have the British Asian mice, and they throw the best parties, and they were very big in our first book, which was The King's Coronation and the Kohinoor Diamond. And on the back of that, we've written this because it was so successful, and we've got another one coming out at Christmas. So we were brought up on the borrowers.
Yes.
So I can honestly say we don't mind this and admitting this. There's a little bit of borrowers in it because they appropriate things that people... Things that they lose.
So where did you get the idea from initially?
Well, we were actually standing at a tube station. I think it was Knightsbridge, and we were standing together.
Of course it was Knightsbridge, yes. Of course it was Knightsbridge. So glamorous.
On the way to Chiswick.
And we were looking at the tracks, and we saw some mice run about.
Right.
I saw some the other day, actually. I always look now.
Yeah.
And we started to say, oh, wouldn't it be funny if, you know, the ones at Knightsbridge are very posh and the ones at Wimbledon play tennis and the mice...
City ones.
Yes, city ones. And St Paul's, they're church mice. And, I mean, you get the idea. So the possibilities for stories... endless, really, like our imaginations with it. You know?
And, of course, it's so easy working together because all our reference points are exactly the same. So we don't have to explain anything because we go, oh, yeah, no, I remember that, I remember that.
Of course.
We even remember, we come from Stoke-on-Trent, and it's obviously very much based in London, but we remember being so excited coming to London, going on the London Underground, doing all the sights. And we even, both of us, different times, but we had, like, an outfit made to come to London.
It's a very special
of course,
occasion.
that moment.
Yeah.
The interesting thing, though, that both say, you've got this intrinsic friendship and sisterhood. You're so close. But you had this big falling out. Our phone-in today is about family feuds and people that sort of fall out. And I think one of the things that they will sort of want to understand is how you heal a rift, particularly between two sisters who are clearly so close. Not what happened to cause the rift, but how do you get back together?
Well, I suppose in our case, our mum being ill and then dying certainly helped, didn't it? Because we had to pull together for the sake of our dad. But also, it's really difficult because it just kind of happened.
I tell you what we've never done, and I would advise a lot of people to do this, maybe if they've been in our situation, is there's a phrase that's in the North and definitely in the Midlands is least said, best mended. Sometimes you don't pick over things. Your sisters, you've got we just talked about reference points there. For whatever reason, you get back together. You don't have to navel gaze. You don't have to say, oh, we've got to have it out.
Yeah, we've never
have
dissected what went wrong or what went right, you know. Because we've never done that.
In the graph of life, of our lives, you know, Wendy's in her 50s, I'm in my 60s, the amount of... Oh, dear. Sorry, 40s.
Come over all unnecessary.
But the amount of time that we had fallen out was actually really tiny in comparison, relative to our whole life.
And that time that I bumped into the two of you on the M6 or whatever it was.
Glamorous.
Like 40.
M40 was.
Filthy.
I'd just done a Tough Mudder for the Stable Lives charity that I support.
muddy.
I was filthy. I stopped for a coffee. I was driving out. And the two of you were sitting there. You were planning this book.
We
is that
were.
right?
We
Yes.
were. And it's really odd we're all together now, is because we'd been in the car, we pulled over to that service station to get a coffee, and we'd been writing away and tapping away in the car because we'd been driving up and down between London and Stoke-on-Trent. It's a 3-hour journey and 6 hours all in all. And we just used it to create stories.
Amazing.
And that's what we were doing
That's
when
what
we had a
you
cup
were
of coffee
doing.
with you, and my dog was cleaning the floor, finding biscuits
Could have
on
done
the
the cleaning
floor.
as well. Absolutely. It was just one of those random moments. You were sitting there with Wendy, and it was no one else in that coffee shop.
Yeah,
It's interesting, though, how you guys dealt with that, and it's like, and now you're best friends.
Well, I think we always we had an interlude, we had a break, something and nothing, and I do think it's not necessarily. And I know people, go into therapy and pick over things. Sometimes you don't need to.
I think it's really interesting perspective.
We just seamlessly
Come back together.
come back together.
That's what you do.
Write a
That's
book.
what we did. It's called Underneath the Underground, Raining Strawberries at Wimbledon, and it's out.
Thank you. And I have to say, splendid publications, or else I'll be,
Thank
told off.
Thank
Thrilled
you
for
very
you.
much. Thank
We didn't get to talk about the mice, but they're very cute as well.
Thank you.